Today we're going to be trying to subjugate Great Britain, starting as the Sikh Empire to get the good old empire under the Pun achievement. In 1.8, they added this new Sikh sovereignty journal entry, so that's going to be a little bit interesting. I don't think there's very much of a big deal if you fail or complete this journal entry, though, so I don't think we really care about that too much. One of our subjects starts out in a civil war that's basically impossible for them to win or impossible for them to lose. Ladakh has like no troops compared to Jammu, so it's a very free war. In terms of research, we're going to start out by going colonization and then some other stuff here, eventually ending up in railways. I originally was going to do stock exchange first, but I forgot we need colonization in order to get recognition, and recognition is super important. For our first war, we're going to start out by making Kabul a tributary. Oh, Persia is going to side in. I think that won't be too much of an issue, though. Let's just go on the front, upgrade our units. You know, Sikh Empire is like by far the most backwards nation in the game with line infantry, which is one of their big advantages. We're also going to start out by building a bunch of logging camps because they look very profitable. Oh, we're running a plus 75% grain shortage. That is immense. So we're going to put grain on export prioritization, and we should immediately get corn laws. Why are we not triggering corn laws? Do we not have? Oh, we don't have the we don't have the zamindars in government. Let's put them in government real quick, and that should let us trigger corn laws. Yep, there we go. We get corn laws. That should be pretty useful. It's pretty insane that our grain price is this high. Now that we've triggered corn laws, let's just import some grain as much as we can using overland trade route. I'm going to start improving relations with France, using our interest in Bombay, I think is what we share with France. We could put a new interest in like Arabia or something. We want to try to improve with more great powers, because we want to try to get an alliance with one great power, because it will help out a lot with defeating Britain to take over the East India Company, which I think we want to do around when the Hindustan Rebellion happens to make it as easy as possible. What do you mean Kabul attacks? I literally just killed you, Kabul. Um, I'm a little confused about that. That doesn't really make any sense. Kabul did not just attack. That's fake propaganda news. Looks like Sind might get joined by France, which would be a bit of a problem. Let's see if France will actually do it or not. Because we really don't want to have an attitude swap with France. Even if we can win when France joins, we don't want France to get mad at us because that's going to make things a lot more tricky for us. We're running a big negative balance here. Let's go down on gov wages, go up on taxes. Let's put a services consumption tax and an opium consumption tax. Looks like we're still running a negative balance. Luxury clothes. Right, we're finally running positive. Okay, we're running slight negative, but this isn't too bad. We can probably just privatize buildings to fix this negative balance, to be honest. Our private queue is gaining pretty good amounts of money, so I assume privatizing buildings should give us the rest of the money. Oh yeah, I forgot about authority. We should be promoting social mobility in our states, given that we've got so much authority that we were just using on consumption taxes a little bit ago. Because we want that literacy to go up for qualifications and tech spread. Just get an anti-British lobby, which isn't too bad. It's also not really what we want, but it's not terrible. Oh yeah, I forgot about Sind. Looks like the French didn't end up joining it. I'm going to put an interest in Indochina to try to maximize the number of countries we can rivalry to get some extra influence. Don't really want to rival Qing, but other great powers would be good to rival. Maybe let's put an interest in South China, because we might want to join the Opium Wars. Oh, the Opium Wars are already happening. Hmm. Oh, that's unfortunate. Kabul tried to attack these guys, and they both joined against Kabul, so now Kabul is kind of getting defeated here, which is pretty bad. Or wait, no, Harai isn't even in the war. How is Kandahar beating Kabul? How is that possible? What? I'm gonna start passing cultural exclusion because it looks like there is no opposition to it. So oh wait, what? There is opposition to it. The darn Sikh supremacist movement. But we might as well try and pass it because it would be a nice law to get in. Luckily, the only war going on in Kabul is Kabuli war reps, so this won't be too bad for us. I forgot to use the rivalries that I was gonna do down here for some free influence. How do we get such little influence gain from that? What? I thought I just clicked like a bunch of countries. I don't know how we got such little influence. You can rival the Maldives. That's so free. Right. What do you mean this causes uproar? We're literally giving you more rights. Okay, Kandahar is somehow losing now. I don't know how they came pretty close to winning, but they've ended up losing. We've just unlocked colonization, which gives us the earning recognition journal, but we need 50 relations with a great power to get recognition, so there's no point in trying to get it just yet. After spamming a few trade routes with France, we can now get a trade agreement with them, and then let's delete all of these unnecessary trade routes that are killing all of our convoys, because convoys, we like having them, so that's not really very useful, but getting a trade agreement is very useful. We actually have the ability to ask for an embassy. We have a decent chance of them saying yes, but I don't know if we want to reset for that. Apparently our leader has died. That's pretty unfortunate. Apparently that removed our empire stability, which is not great, but it's fine. Intrigue is gaining so insanely fast that I assume our leader is going to die in like 2 seconds, because I think when this hits 100, our leader dies, if I understand how it works correctly. He'll be assassinated? Yeah. Okay. Wait, did our previous leader get assassinated? Is that what happened? Looks like this next month. Yep, there goes this person. That gives us another negative Diplo catalyst with the it's the East India Company, which is not great, but I believe in us. Okay, very much do not like that we're still getting a million intrigue. Who are these ruthless leaders? Why do we have so many ruthless or whatever leaders? None of these guys have ruthless. What? Do I need to reread this? Hmm. Oh, leaders in government. I thought it was leaders out of government. So you're saying you have ruthless and ambitious? So can we hire a petite bourgeoisie agitator? No, we cannot. Hmm, we really need to make the petite bourgeoisie happy, seemingly. That should fix our problems. But I really want to pass culture exclusion first. The time to invade Siberia for recognition has come. So we shall declare for liberate Chukotka, and add in the war goals liberate Yakutia, and liberate Kamchatka, and of course war reps. Those are the classic war goals you gotta use. Mobilize you, move you to the Bombay HQ, mobilize you. Now we need to import boats from the French in order to build a navy. You know, we do need a navy in order to naval invade, fun fact. It's actually not a fun fact, it's a very unfun fact. We passed culture exclusion. We're going to start passing protectionism, or I thought you were going to start passing that. Why can't we? What? Laws? Why are we not able to pass protectionism? Oh, we haven't invented the law for, or the tech for it. Okay. Well, I guess let's just fake pass, or let's pass laissez-faire in order to keep these guys happy, because we want to get our intrigue down to not kill our ruler over and over again. Also, let's start a naval invasion into Siberia. I'm strategic objectiving Yakutia, so we hopefully don't have to move our army like crazy to try to get it back on the front after... Oh, yep, we get the bug. Okay, move it back. Or not bug, but front spaghetti. Now that we've taken this, let's just demobilize this army to not waste as much money as possible. Wow, we're getting pretty lucky with the passing of laissez-faire. We're already on stage 3. Big nice. Apparently our anti-British India League just disbanded. That's pretty nice. Now we enforce these demands. We have the other Liberate War goal just so they'll accept it -1 instead of having to go all the way to -100. And now we get the Sikh-French Treaty of Commerce and Navigation, which would bring us up to 80 relations with France. We're now just 2 acceptance away from getting an alliance. We can just give them an obligation to get it though. I'm gonna stop improving relations with Great Britain and start damaging relations, because I'm thinking we wanna try and see if we can transfer East India Company, like see if we're strong enough to beat them in a war, because I think we might be able to. I found a way to declare on EIC, but we lose. We're nearly out of infamy, so we're gonna conquer Kalat. And that's gonna give us Macron as a subject, unless we try to annex it, which we probably should, it's just 4.9 infamy. Pretty nice 2 states we get here for just a little bit of infamy. The French just keep trying to land West Bengal, but they're gonna just keep on losing. These consumption taxes are earning us basically nothing, so we're gonna remove them. Um, Try to float the authority for laissez-faire or something. We'll maybe decide what to do once laissez-faire fails or something. Laissez-faire isn't looking good with just a 6% success chance because we keep rolling stalls. The Great Khalsa Raz has expanded westwards. they'll start incorporating these new states. French just keep failing, landing the East India Company. I assume that they're going to capitulate out of the war soon. Take a look at France's war support. Yep, they are. Well, we finally failed passing laissez-faire. Unfortunate. We can just we'll find, yeah, protectionism as our next thing to pass to make them happy. Persia's pretty surprisingly low infamy to protectorate, so we're gonna go for a Persian protectorate here. Because we do have way too much money from Russian war reps. Mobilizing our army is one way to spend that money. Now that India isn't conscripting, they've lost like a ton of their army power reduction. I'm surprised they lost this much. They're almost down to our level. I mean, I guess it makes sense because they've got almost the same amount, but I don't know how they had like double this with their conscripts. They must have had like full manpower on them. Easy Persian protectorate, big nice. You look at the market tab, big Sikh market. Persia trying to steal Herat from Kabul. How could they? Running minimum taxes while we have this money from Russia, which is going to run out pretty soon here, I'm pretty sure. Get our first mass migration from Nagpur. Big nice. Afghanistan is formed now. I assume they can't defend against Persia though, so they're going to lose Herat after forming Afghanistan. I actually passed protectionism, so we're going to cancel passing that. We don't really want to do that. You know, that's pretty bad. We'd very much like to get off of land-based or something. We could try passing laissez-faire again. Yeah, let's go for that, I guess. All chance on this is really high, but, you know, we just need to get super lucky. Or get the landowners to please trigger the modern conservative. Maybe we need them in government for that? Not that illegitimate. Oh, but this is with, like, minimum taxes. We can try putting them in government. I don't know if that's a requirement for the modern conservative. Maybe it is. A lobby opportunity for a defensive pact with Great Britain? Um, that's a little interesting. I don't think, wait, what? We got minus 25 success chance on this? Or no, the PB hates it now because they got a protectionist. Um, okay, well, I guess we are gonna go interventionism then to make the PB happy. Hopefully we can get a modern conservative at some point. I'm trying to keep my infamy relatively low so that we don't, you know, have huge infamy problems. Because we want to be able to transfer the EIC at any moment whenever we feel like it's gonna be pretty easy. Wait, can we just, like, join this war for, like, hmm. This is just, like, a thing we could join for East Bengal, and there's nothing the UK could do about it. That's a thing. Is there any way we win this war? I don't think we're gonna do that though. That seems not actually that useful, I think. Because it's gonna cost a lot of infamy. So we're just gonna chill. I was looking through my agitators and I see we've got a market liberal landowner that we can invite. That's interesting. You know, it's not the normal way you get a market liberal landowner, but it certainly is one of the ways in the world to get a market liberal landowner. Looks like a bunch of Indian subjects are in this war that, yeah, I see he's trying to annex a bunch of them as well here. Every time the East India Company conquers more territory, their infamy price goes down because they get more and more unincorporated states and they're already at the pop cap. The politically unaligned, we gotta hate those people. We're now at 300 empire stability, so we should get up to 75 legitimacy, which we should be able to do by just going to 0 taxes and then going up to this government. The legacy of the lion, plus 25% prestige and plus 40 popularity. So yeah, basically no buffs for completing it, but it's no longer a thing we have to deal with. Getting our rulers killed over. So yeah, kind of nice. We can now grant leadership to the market liberal landowner, which means we can stop passing interventionism and start going for the best thing ever, laissez-faire, after we exile this stupid protectionist. Then we get this great government, and we get the greatest laissez-faire pass of all time with like 68% success chance. I think we have to go like low taxes to be able to run this. No, we can go medium taxes. And then let's just like invade Chitral for our infamy, and we can swap out of this whenever we get like the Sepoy Mutiny or anything, so we actually like need our army. Russia may or may not be about to deck us in like 3 days, so we're just getting an alliance with France, you know. Definitely didn't have to reload to get that alliance because they didn't have an interest in Persia, so I had to do this in order to get them in the war. That would never happen, but that's exactly what happened. So yeah, this is a little bit of a strange thing. I didn't really expect Russia to do this, but it's what's happening. So yeah, we're gonna call France in with call ally, and hopefully France is enough for us to win this war. I think for war goals, we'll just stick with what we currently have in as war reps. Unfortunately, we liberated the wrong thing. We were supposed to liberate Chukotka, not Yakusha, so we can't get war reps enforced very easily. We can like land Arkhangelsk or something, but all this stuff is unincorporated except for Arkhangelsk. So it's gonna be a bit tricky to enforce war reps. We could try to liberate some Caucasus stuff to make this not a possible war to happen in the future, but I don't think that's worth it. France is invading Japan. That's interesting. The front is pretty minus for us, which is not a good sign, but we can just start a naval invasion into Arkhangelsk, and hopefully that will let us enforce our war reps. It looks like our minus is disappearing. The front is only minus 16 now. It was minus 25. France is offering to provide military assistance. Okay, we will take it. We're just holding on to Crimea while we barely are defending down here. Most of the battles we're winning, I think. It's very close. Front is very negative though, but we're, think, just barely defending. This war is not really going as I would hope, but it's going good enough that we should be able to win it. Wow, Russia is in a lot of loans, so that's good for us. 21 million debt. Hopefully that means no more wars are going to get randomly declared on us. We should be able to get war reps in just a second here. Yep, that war is now done. Since I'm currently sitting on 0 infamy, I'm just going to conquer Kandahar. Seems like a pretty free war. Just snag these 2 provinces here. And, we want these 2 provinces to make cleaner borders. We pass the laissez-faire. Big nice. Let's see. Companies. We can slot in the wood company maybe. Maybe that wasn't worth it. That cost us quite a bit of money. But, on the other hand, it's pretty useful. So I don't really know. Lead mines go up. We don't really have coal mines. Enough of them at least, seemingly. Or do we? We have enough coal price actually. It's just we just made lead crash in price, I guess. France demands or requests foreign investment rights in their country. Do they have a block? It's an ideological union. Ideological unions aren't really that useful usually, so I don't really know if we want to join it. I mean, they might just have um good principles that way they put in, but we don't really know that at this point. So I don't think we're gonna try to get leverage on us right now. We could try to get leverage on us from like the Zollverein, but it's gonna be basically impossible to get enough leverage. We're getting pretty decent levels of migration into our country from Nagpur. Oh yeah, I guess we should go free trade to finish the corn laws, giving us some loyalists, like 1 million, I think. Wait, how do we have 30 infra in our capital? I'm a little confused, but anyway, we'll build some construction sectors there, I guess. Running a pretty good positive balance, even if you ignore the Diplo packs, we're not really running a negative balance, and we're only on medium taxes right now. That's the power of laissez-faire, I guess. Can we swap over our government administrations to be higher? Should fix our bureaucracy. Yep, we can. That's pretty nice. Probably next we want to try to go for pub schools. We're out of infamy again. Let's conquer the Omani stuff over here. That's some pretty easy stuff to take over. Omani Bompur, Omani Hormuz, and we take the Baluchistan at Treaty Port as well. Some nice stuff to clean up the borders a little bit while we wait for the Sepoy Mutiny to happen any day now. Oman back down? Okay, unfortunate, whatever. The French have deleted like their entire military. That's concerning. Well, not their entire, but like half of their military. That's gonna be a bit of a problem. Can we conquer Gaza? How much infamy is that? 10.6? Yeah, I think that we can handle that and still be pretty. Oh, they've got 12 army. Hmm. I guess we'll just be in a forever war with Gaza for a while. That's pretty nice. We can start conscripting up for the war with EIC whenever we want to. Oh, well, that's not going to be much of a thing, considering the EIC rebellion just happened. So now what we're going to do is max out enlistment efforts. Let's cancel promote social mobility temporarily. And just enlistment efforts in every single state we have. and then in our biggest army, max the line infantry we can conscript. We'll find a way to get to their capital. We just want to have conscripts to defend our mainland. Now we've got to wait for our war with South Africa to escalate in order to declare our war. This is like the worst possible time for a French Civil War to happen. Are you kidding me? Did the EIC actually just do so much conquering that they're gonna get defeated by the Hindustan Rebellion without me even helping? No, they're gonna slowly push back. What do you mean? Oh, their infamy price just dropped a bunch. How did that happen? Oh, they annexed Bengal again. I don't know exactly what causes that to drop their infamy price, but they're back down to being 84 infamy. What's going on with this not being a front? Hmm. Okay, let's deck transfer East India Company now. Transfer subject, East India Company, force diplomatic play. Now we're going to start advancing on here. I'm gonna try to create a second navy because I think it might be somewhat useful later on in this war. And we're also just going to unpause now. We're going to call France in as quickly as we can. They're busy in a revolution, but they will be done with that pretty soon here. This revolution is very weak. You can see it's just got like 5 states or something. Well, it's got Algeria, but that's not really relevant. We just passed free trade for the end of the Corn Laws, and the war just started. We're gonna start sending a naval invade um, Scotland real quick. Um, and then we're gonna also slowly push into the British Indian Baluchistan here. Hopefully British can deal with their Sepoy Mutiny so that we don't just get none of India from our transfer. And with that, our annexation or occupation of that is done. So let's just defend you back there. We're gonna be pretty soon with our army up here. Now let's just swap our landing to landing the home counties because they've got no defenders there. They might as well land the home counties. Oh, okay. Well, that event just blocked our site, but looks like that navy just went past us. So we'll take it. Hopefully the French can reinforce us. They do indeed. Got tech to research. Okay, let's start going for Pan Nat to form India and stuff. Just occupying the entire British Isles because they can't arrive in time because they're all so busy in India. The greatest invasion of the British Isles there ever was. The Brits are just so distracted by the Sepoy Mutiny that we get a full occupation of their mainland. Um, Now pretty soon we should be able to enforce our war goal of transfer British East India Company. Yeah, they're 40 acceptance away from accepting now, and they're full occupied, so that's gonna tick up real fast. Now they're willing to accept it, so we'll send it. Big nice. Start improving relations with it. Now we're gonna declare banned slavery on Hindustan for the purpose of distracting the Hindustani army, because the UK can now capitulate out of this war whenever it feels like it, so we need to make them lose as fast as possible. And so I figured distracting their army is going to be pretty good for that. But maybe they're actually just far enough that it's not going to make much of a difference anyway. Okay, looks like the Hindustan rebellion is nearly full occupied, which should make it insta-cap if it gets full occupied. So we can actually try to push for that, I guess, with like putting all of our generals on full advance. Actually, the general isn't even on the front. Let's put him on the front. We need more generals. Push more faster. Okay, they're only left in Rajasthan. We just need a couple more battles here, and then they should insta-cap if we can get them. How's Hindustan doing in the other war? Looks like they are not capping yet because of Jaisalmer, but they cap because we full occupy them. Big nice. And looks like they finished the other war as well. So we now have India fully secured under our occupation. Big nice. That should be so much money. Yeah, we get 57k Diplo Pact. It's insane. We're gonna demobilize our army though, because we can't land South Africa. So we might as well just demobilize it. And we're gonna spam construction with our new EIC monies. We do have some random like spots in our country that are caused by the EIC clicking buttons to release princely states. They get a lot of liberty desire from economic dependence and stuff. The chartered company modifier is insanely overpowered though. We really like this modifier, so you really want to keep them a chartered company. And except if we want to keep them you might want to keep them a colony to then grant away all their states immediately to some tiny vassal and then annex that vassal or something. Oh yeah, since we got these guys as a subject, we might as well form a sovereign empire. We don't have enough influence. Let's go quickly rival Russia and GB, then form power block, Slav Empire, and that will give them a little bit less liberty desire. And with EIC in our block, we should actually get decent mandate. Oh, they spawned a anti-us lobby. That's unfortunate. Apparently, we're not allowed to form India to get the achievement, so we're not going to be forming India, I guess. That's a bit unfortunate. It's not like forming India would have annexed to the East India Company anyway, because it's bugged, but whatever. The reason I'm not building more construction is because our investment pool is draining really fast, so once it's done draining, we will just delete a little bit of construction probably. Yeah, because right now, got a little bit too much. There's an Armenian uprising happening here. That's interesting. Looks like it's happening at the same time as an Egypt war. Maybe it has a chance, or maybe it'll just make Egypt have a better chance. We're just slowly going up. Our GDP is rising pretty quickly with the East India Company's amazing amount of income you get from it. Getting 0.25 from infamy here is pretty bad, but once we get rid of that and we get some economic dependence back, we should be good. Getting a huge amount from buy orders, which is all iron. We just need a ton of iron production in our country in order to fix that problem. We could probably, actually there's barely any iron in our country at all. We just need to find iron potentials. Maybe we could build iron in Persia, or we could conquer Beijing or something for iron. France is invading Spain. Interesting. We can get a bankroll from France here. That would be pretty nice. I'd assume they'd call us in anyway, probably, so we just might as well take a bankroll, right? Unfortunately, bankrolls don't count our great Diplopact income, so we don't just get infinite money from France here. Only a mere 6k. India's got another massive uprising. Oh, we can swap up to the condensing engine pump. That'll be big for lowering our economic dependence on the East India Company. Yes, we got it down to the point where they have 0.1 economic dependence on us. That's better than 0 by a ton of liberty desire. That's a pretty big revolt in Austria there. The British East India Company stopped damaging relations with us. Big nice. They're just aloof now. They're no longer rebellious or whatever they were before. That's pretty nice. Liberty desire is kind of close to going down once we get rid of the infamy modifier. Oh, but they've got interest groups in government now. We're gonna pass laissez-faire. That would be disastrous. Go traditionalism. They defer enacting traditionalism. No, don't pass laissez-faire. How dare you? How dare you get a market liberal industrialist? There's a rebellion in East India Company, which we could piece out of this war and then side with the rebellion, but I don't think we want to. There's a bit of an argument you should do it to kill the anti-us lobby, or also it also kills the passing of non-extraction economy actually. And this is a pretty compelling argument to get off of, or to stop supporting him by white piecing the other war. But the thing is grad tax. Grad tax is like real bad, right? It's gonna kill their taxes. Well, that's frustrating. I tried to support the rebellion and it like didn't make it didn't make it my subject even though it's supposed to. If we oh, we can't click because we're in a war. But if we could click, you'd see it says that they will replace you as their subject when the war starts, and it just didn't. So that's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, but yeah, there's nothing we can do about the game just being bugged. I don't know what the bug is exactly. I assume it's that it's a colonial subject type, and those don't work very well. Colonial subject types should have never been added. They bug the game too much. Trust. They're so cringe. Just let me have my old dominions. I like old dominions so much more. Okay, we're just slowly pushing into West Bengal through this front, which we've got a massive advantage on. That's pretty good. And the capital, I assume, yeah, the capital is in West Bengal, so we should be good. Oh, their Liberty Desire is even dropping. Unbelievable. It's gonna stop dropping once we win the war, of course, but it's kind of nice that it's dropping for a little bit. Apparently, Sikh armed forces endorse multiculturalism. Turns out we don't actually need to occupy the capital. I always forget about this, but it's nice. They should cap in just a second here. Yep, they're just 3 cap desire away. Big nice. It's finally over. We can go back to demobiling our army because we are in this stupid Gaza war. Although it did just start defaulting, so we might be able to land it once its default goes to max. Seems like we can afford more construction, so I guess we'll build it. Although we very much do not have the states to do this. We need more states. We should conquer them from the British. You know, that would be pretty big, nice. Here's an American proletarian revolt. How proletarian is this revolt? That's a very proletarian revolt. Cooperative ownership, grad tax. You know, I'm noticing that very few interest groups actually oppose multiculturalism, only the rural folk and intelligentsia. So we're gonna try to go human rights and go multiculturalism because armed forces natural support it. Can we go prop tax? Yeah, that's gonna be nice for some more income. It is time for the great destruction of Britain. Liberate Scotland. Liberate Ireland. Who has interests here? Not that many people. Let's also just, for good measure, conquer home counties. And, we might add one more. Also, piece out of this. It'll give us a bit of an infamy refund on that. They're trying to transfer Persia and Baroda. We'll call France in just a second. We're gonna have to do some stuff to try to land the British Isles, but I'm sure we'll find a way. We always find a way to land the British Isles, so why would this time be any different? France, we just called them in. They're gonna join us. Now we're going to conquer the Midlands. You know, they're a great state. We love the Midlands here in the UK, or not here in the UK, but it's a great state I hear. So therefore it is mine now, because that's just how the world works. If it's a good state, then it becomes mine. Pass prop tax, big nice. We should probably use that money that we have. Maybe build some opium plantations over in India. That would be pretty profitable. And the war begins. Um, we should have shipped our army over. Let's move our army to France HQ along with our navy to the English Channel. We want to try to do a naval invasion, of course. Naval invasions of the British Isles, they never fail, ever. Even the French are doing a naval invasion. That's how unfailure prone they are. Looks like the French are actually going to land in. That's pretty nice. Yep, the French just landed in Midlands. Okay. 10 out of 10 AI moment. We can land in Munster, I guess, Go for a good old landing there. Oh, our navy is very far. I thought I sent it to the English Channel. It must have not been moving. Looks like we can just land in the capital, so we'll do that, I guess. Free home counties be like. We'll take it. Oh no, they've got battalions defending this. Okay, never mind. We'll be more reasonable and we'll just land Munster, I guess. It's fine. Oh, they've got Navy blocking us. Okay, let's try going up to the Highlands. There shouldn't be Navy blocking us there, hopefully. Yeah, looks like there's none. Oh, okay, let's just go into the French naval invasion if they've pushed into London. We'll defend against this front, I guess. Well, Belgium's about to be out of the war in just a second. That's gonna be somewhat big big deal. France is kind of close to hitting capitulation desire, which um that might be a problem actually. France is 40 away. That's actually maybe a big problem because this is all occupied by France technically, not us. That's gonna be a problem. We might need to do a negotiated peace where we don't take all of our war goals. Okay, in order to enforce our peace deal before France caps, we're gonna have to give up Liba Hyderabad. But with that, we should be able to propose this peace deal, and Britain accepts it. Yep. This is pretty bad for Great Britain now. They're, what do you mean you're at 135 for prestige? Still over 1,000? That's insane, bro. British Empire is too strong. The Zollverein is now the #1 power block. Let's go. Okay, we'll start incorporating these newly acquired British states here. I'm pretty surprised that the British are still this high of a power rank after losing Ireland, Scotland, and two of their best states. But it is what it is. We'll spam railroads in the home counties to fix the infra problems. Oh, we need motor industries. We can probably import this from France and stuff. Yeah. I think since we've moved their capital away from England, if we gave them back England, we might be able to liberate England. That might be a thing, I think. Maybe I'm just going crazy though. We will violently suppress the English. I think once we get human rights, we should be able to easily pass multiculturalism. Especially with, I assume the English national movement will get bigger than this. Yeah, 15% support's gonna be pretty big. And we get the industrialists in power in order to pass schools. Schools would be pretty nice so that our people can read. Only a third of our people being allowed to read is not very good. We just got two mass migrations from the state, from the Marathis and Deccani's. If you look at our migration map mode, assume we'll be able to see some, yeah, we're getting decent amounts of migration into our two states here. Although, our real best state here, the Midlands, is gonna need some more pops in it. Oh great, the industrialists are petitioning for oligarchy and I didn't click it away in time, so I guess we're gonna get -20 on the industrialists when we take them out of government. Oh yeah, we have a mandate here. That's pretty nice. Maybe we go vassal 2 and then reduce subject payments on East India Company. That seems like a pretty good thing to do. Give us some extra liberty desire reduction on them as well as cohesion for our bloc. Getting up to this will massively increase mandate progress by like 30%. It is a 20% increase, but you're in the negative percentages, so each percentage matters more. Yeah, their liberty desire is finally starting to go down, mostly because we got economic dependence up as well. Oh, they're off of extraction. They actually went traditionalism. Let's try to get them back on extraction economy. I remember when I imposed traditionalism on them, but I didn't expect they would actually pass it. I think that was a bit of a mistake, but it's fine. China and Siam versus Great Britain. I think Great Britain loses this, considering that they've been so heavily weakened throughout the game so far. The English national movement begins. Okay, we got pub schools. Let's level it up to level 2 for extra education access. Also, one thing I want to point out is that our ruler is older or is younger than our heir. 63. Our heir was born in 1807, whereas our ruler was born in 1821. Wow, we've just got so much construction, or so much money for construction, we can build even more construction sectors. This is pretty crazy. East India Company money is so strong. The Americans are landing in Britain. Oh yeah, we've gotten another principal group. I guess let's go advanced research. We are going education institution, so that might be slightly nice. The British have lost #1 GP to France. I wonder if the English national movement would unify with England. I don't think it would unify with Great Britain, but if it would, that would be pretty useful, because then we could liberate England as a war goal, which would be super good. But I don't think we're gonna be able to do that, so I think we'll have to conquer some states here to try to weaken Great Britain as much as possible. But it's gonna cost so much infamy is a big problem. Very rare Canada unified by, what's it called? Columbia District. Capital in Oregon, because no Oregon Treaty yet. We can propose the Premier delimitation. Um, we can propose to give them all of this stuff. Propose giving them all this stuff. Which things? It would annex a bunch of our vassals. I don't think we want to do it. Hmm. Approve current proposal. Yeah, sure. It's time to liberate Canada from the British oppressors. How dare you oppress Canada, Britain? This is unacceptable. How big is Australia? Maybe it's big enough to be considered in this. Yeah, let's live Australia. Oh, we don't have an interest for Australia. That's a miss. Let's put interests everywhere in the world, except it's not everywhere in the world. It's just a couple places in the world, you could say. You'd be right if you said that. We could humiliate Great Britain. We definitely want British war reps, I'd say. How big is Cape Colony? They're not really relevant too much. Let's liberate Wales as well. Let's conquer East Anglia, I believe. It's got 9 million GDP, so, that would be a pretty nice state to conquer. East Anglia, where's that on this list? There it is. And then we just want to liberate Australia once we get the interest, right? So we'll just wait for our interest to appear and then add that. Okay, let's go ahead and call France in with call ally. Then liberate Australia, primary it. Big nice. We get a couple negative maneuvers, but who doesn't like negative maneuvers, right? It's just a thing that happens sometimes. You gotta learn to appreciate the negative maneuvers when they happen. They're a great sign of things to come. Starting a naval invasion on Yorkshire, because I think that might be our only hope here. We're kind of getting convoy raided, which is a bit of a problem for us right now. In fact, it's not just a bit of a problem, it's a big problem. It looks like we might actually be making progress, but things aren't going amazing, so we might as well do a quick little naval invasion, except that they're going to defeat our navy, which is a big problem. This is why you don't split your navy into multiple admirals. What was I thinking? If I just hadn't split it, we'd be fine. So let's just disengage with the battles and then delete one of our commanders and promote the other commander, and then we should be good now, because it's just one commander, so therefore we get infinite wins. We've pushed into the West Country. Big nice. We just need to push into Yorkshire eventually here in order to enforce our demands. Our demands are very, very light on the British here. We're not even conquering their entire country, so basically we're being the lightest we could have possibly been. Looks like the East India Company is indeed getting back on extraction economy. How in the world are we losing this battle? This is terrible. Now we're actually winning in Yorkshire. Big nice. Should be able to full occupy the UK here. I think this might be the final war we need French help in. Probably not. I don't know. But it'll be big. East Anglia, I think, has quite a bit of stuff considering it's 9 million GDP. What's that of their total GDP is 32 million, so that's like a fourth of their economy. Wales is going to be 2 million extra. Canada and Australia are real big as well. I think this will put us at number 2 power block, which is decent. Still not ahead of the Zollverein though. Okay, in just a second here, propose our peace deal, and the British should accept it as soon as their next tick happens. Yep, start incorporating this new state we've acquired. Oh, we just finished researching human rights, so we can go multiculturalism now. Let's do it. Multiculturalism, the greatest law in the history of laws. It's got a pretty bad success chance, but it'll be fine. Who's stalling? Trade unions and stuff. They've got reformers. No. Can't. Can we exile? No, you're marginalized, so we can't exile. Okay. I'm gonna bolster the English national movement to try to increase our support for it, which will increase our odds of passing multiculturalism, along with the armed forces are also helping us out. And we successfully passed multiculturalism. I think we might have got 3 successes in a row. I'm not sure. That's pretty nice. The English people will now be very accepted. And get all the migration in the world to our great country. Baden AI is cooking. Number 2 highest GDP state in the world is Baden. This is insane. Punjab, only state in the world better. Lots of Germans migrating to this great state. There's also seemingly lots of people migrating to England. They're getting migrated from the rest of the Sikh Empire, seemingly. Nice. Advanced Research 3. We could also like have universities to actually use advanced research. That would be pretty smart. That would be a pretty good idea, some could say. Let's build a 20 stack of unis or something. Wales offers to become our protectorate. We'll take you, Wales. We would love a free protectorate of Wales. The United Principalities is no longer a personal union. They've increased autonomy to just being a protectorate. I don't know why the United Principalities is sometimes formed by Moldavia. I feel like their starting GDP is way lower, so I don't know how they sometimes be the one that forms it. Is it based on who gets nationalism first instead of who has more GDP? Maybe. Norway has so much GDP, a whopping like 15,000. Why is their pop so low? I don't feel like Norway only has 380,000 pops normally. That seems a little bit low. Why did Norway go through a genocide this game? The AI is using the Promote National Values decree. What does it think it's trying to do with the Promote National Values decree? Trying to assimilate the pops? How's Baden doing? 12.7 million GDP? The AI here is truly doing insane. They're gonna go interventionism though, and that's gonna kill their country. Oh yes, the Sikh East India Company successfully passed extraction economy. That's very nice for us. Gives us an extra zero point 0.5 economic dependence. Over 100 million GDP. Pretty crazy. I'm gonna raise taxes to high and construct more and more and more. More construction must be done. We'll take the birth rate company. It's not really going to be that useful considering how long we're going to be playing, but you know, it's generally a pretty nice company. Wait, the United Sovereign Archduchy is actually here? Unbelievable. Like, I don't think I've ever, have I even seen the AI ever do this? I don't know. Edmund Norton is in charge of the country. The foolish Baden people have enacted interventionism and their GDP growth has stopped. Those fools. We've tech spread every useless mill tech, but not general stab. How could the game do this to us? Right of infamy. So it's time to conquer more stuff from the British. Except we don't want to do it in that strategic region because too many countries are likely to interfere, right? So let's do it in a strategic region where not too many countries are likely to interfere. Liberate Newfoundland shall be our primary war goal. British war reps. Conquer Lancashire. What else do we want to do? Okay, let's call in France with call ally. They're gonna be very fearful, yeah. So we need like some more stuff to get them to not back down, maybe. Yeah, let's just British Congo. Yeah, we can live British Congo maybe. Primary that, and then liberate Cape Colony and primary that. This seems like decent war goals. Wow, AI primarying lots of war goals here. Very confident of it to do that, considering its situation it's in. Got an extra principle. Let's go food standardization. We slowly push into the British Isles here, get more casualties, but we've got more men, so it doesn't matter. We got like 3 times the number of soldiers, so we should be able to win. French are trying to naval invade Lancashire. We're going to be naval invading their other state. We're 11 days away from making our naval invasion, but it might actually not be necessary. Oh, it's going to be necessary. Okay, we lose that battle somehow, but we get in anyway, so we're all good. And the British are now capitulating eventually. Okay, as soon as they ended that recording, we occupy Lancashire. Looks like the French naval invasion got in for that. Now we just need to occupy the West Country. In our next war, we just need to take Yorkshire, and that should kill the British. Looks like they're basically the entire rest of their economy is going to be in Yorkshire. So we'll just take that, and then that should basically make them into a minor power, I think. Because I think it looks like basically the rest of their economy is in Yorkshire. That should take Lancashire at least. Add in all of our war goals here. They're 13 acceptance away. Should accept it fairly soon. Yep, there we go. Nice. Start incorporating Lancashire. Not actually that good of a state. Maybe we could have gone for Yorkshire, but someone said you don't want it to become Greater Manchester, so I figured we might just conquer that to ensure that doesn't happen. The British are finally running low shipping lane effectiveness, although it's not actually very low, it's just a little bit low, but it's still something that's going to make it a little bit more tricky for them. I'm going to start researching naval tech because I want to be able to mash our prestige up as much as possible to make sure that we can get GB down to minor power rank. Whoa, Sweden has 8 million GDP in Gotaland. What is happening there? That's quite a bit of GDP. It's not as much as Baden, but still pretty good. USA wants a trade agreement, we'll take it. Bankroll 2 from France. Big nice. I'm gonna make protectorate Hanover because GB has a defensive pact with them. And so the idea is GB should join the war, hopefully, and then we can conquer some stuff from GB, and hopefully Hanover doesn't back down. I thought they're supposed to have -50 from would result in vassalization or whatever. Why is that not a modifier? I'm not sure why that isn't a modifier. But anyway, for war goals, conquer Yorkshire and conquer. Do we have the infamy for that? 65 plus 35 should be 100, right? So this should bring us just under 100. Yep. And then raise the conscripts uh, over there. Mobilize you. Go down to the West Country front. And this will be real bad for GB. Things don't look great yet, but I think we can just naval invade into Yorkshire. Looks like they don't have any defenses for that, so let's just try and do that, see how that goes. Let's make sure our homeland is good. Yeah, it is. Oh, this is double fronting. Can we naval invade into Yorkshire? Yeah, it looks like we're defeating some navies. I didn't realize they had navies here. Oh, that navy is gonna be tough to beat. But the fact that we have it in one navy might be enough to win. Oh, but our navy has like no manpower, so probably not. We're gonna need to spam out some boats here in order to win. Okay, we're defeating their navy. Big nice. Once we defeat their navy here, we should be able to actually try to land, and that'll be good. So we just need to win this naval battle real quick. Only 1K soldiers left. Yep, there it goes. Now start a naval invasion, and we got this. Easy landing in York, and then it'll just be a matter of time. Oh, they've got a giant navy here. 3 giant navies. Okay. Oh, but we're just winning on land now. Okay. I think that's one way it can go, I guess. Okay, we're gonna try to advance in here. The front down here is looking really bad. Um, oh, do they finally let us naval invade successfully? Yes, they do. Okay. Okay. Well, this is a problem. A big one, you could say. Where is the Sikh East India Company's troops? What? Do they actually have, like, no troops? Where are they? What in the world? Um, please push with this front you've got here. Where even is the front? Oh, this is all one big front. That's not good. You go over to this front. This is looking suboptimal. Okay, we've reclaimed our capital. It's all fine. That was a little scary, but it's all good. Um, Britain should be going negative now. Yep, they are. Hanover proposes this peace deal, but then the UK immediately caps out. Now, what's the UK's prestige at? Let's take a look. UK is, of course, stationed where they were always destined to be stationed. Okay, they're gonna drop below major power. Now, what's the minor power requirement? 37 prestige? Is it actually just like 37? Okay, well then they're very far away from dropping to that. We're gonna need to do some more stuff to do that then. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong number. Sorry, 159 is the number where we actually need them to go below. Oh, they're below that. Okay, we're all good. Now we're gonna white piece Hanover because we don't actually care about protectorating them. Oh, now Great Britain is down to 40 prestige. Okay. Oh, they declared bankruptcy? Okay. Yeah, it's over for Britain now. We've got everyone down to 0 liberty desire. Let's reduce autonomy on Persia. That's gonna be pretty good looking. If we can get Afghanistan reduced as well, we'll have this whole area be orange. Wales would also be good to reduce autonomy on. Is there anyone over 70? No, so we can reduce another one. Let's reduce Wales. Now we've got all of England orange. Belgium succeeded in a power struggle and took over the British Empire. Now it's called the Steadfast Union. Does Great Britain leave it? Um, Great Britain's now in the Grand Coalition. Did they create their own bloc? How are they not a major power yet? I don't know. I'm sure they'll drop eventually. I believe in them. Crisis in Paris? Yeah, we'll not support the revolt. I think it usually doesn't win. Though I have a sample size of like 3 on this thing ever happening, so not exactly huge. Bonuses it has are really nice. It's unfortunate that it just does it. There's literally no way to play as the Paris Commune, so that's kind of cringe, you know? It'd be such a cool country to play as. The British are now a minor power with 4 prestige. They're actually going to go down to insignificant. What is making them lose so much more prestige now? Oh, they're running an influence deficit. Nice. You know, we'll name this after the British Empire. We'll call it the Sikh Empire. Because we're going to get the British Empire under our control, so it just makes sense to name our block the Sikh Empire, clearly. The Brits have a mere 540 neutrality. Okay, highest liberty desire is 54, so we can reduce another one. We'll reduce Afghanistan to puppet. Even nicer stuff here now. Some could say it's still terrible, because why does it look like this? And they would be very right, but that's true, so I don't know what to say to that. Russian regime change gives them an extra minus 25% prestige, so they're running a pretty low 13 prestige. No shot. Baden is actually cooking so hard. They've got more GDP than my best state. Our truce is almost finally up. Just 14 more days, 10 more days. Yes, we're so close to finally being able to subjugate the UK, make protectorate. The Ottoman Empire and Peru, Bolivia are gonna side with them, but that is irrelevant. Let's also add some extra war goals in, maybe make them back down. Let's just add in like a ton of war goals to make them back down. That seems like a great idea. Force back down, force back down, force back down, force back down. Hopefully these war goals don't somehow make it impossible to enforce on them. That would be pretty bad. I doubt they will, but they might. But hopefully the UK will just back down anyway. They're in bankruptcy, they have huge loans, minus 67 from relative military strength. I bet they back down. Come on, surely they back down, right? I don't see any world where they don't back down when they have this many war goals against them. And only one is primary. Unless they have the protectorate thing. Hmm. Well, we'll see. I guess maybe not. As we enter this phase, I'm pretty sure we should get it back down soon, hopefully. Yep, we get it back down. Big nice. The UK is now our protectorate. I'm pretty sure it means we have the achievement. You can see no pop-up of the achievement thing because I already own the achievement. Well, that's the end of the video, so goodbye.